Hello, I'm Dr. Roderick Little, Director of Bands here at Jackson State University. So the atmosphere of the vet is literally second to none. By being a part of the Jackson State University fabric and families as a student and now as a director, I've had the opportunity to experience it from many different levels. And it's something that you just cannot recreate. I don't care if you're a part of HBCU or the PWI. And so when you mix the Sonic Boom of the South and the football team and all of the synergy that we create amongst each other and between each other, you're not going to get that in any atmosphere or any stadium. We have an outstanding team with Coach T.C. Taylor under the leadership of A.D. Ashley Robinson. We are all coin to make sure that we elevate the profile of this illustrious institution that we all love, which is Jackson State University. And so when you mix the energy of the Sonic Boom of the South and when you mix that grit and that swagger of the Jackson State University football team, that's going to cause an ingredient that you cannot recreate anywhere else. And then I didn't even mention, when you sprinkle the atmosphere of the vet with 60,000 fans of our alumni, all of our friends and constituents of Jackson State University, all of those elements coming together, that's just something that, again, cannot be recreated. And we want to make sure that everybody that's connected to Jackson State University, they go out and they support our student athletes and also make sure that we support our student musicians as well. So we're coming to a stadium near you, the best stadium in FCS. It's the Jackson State University Sonic Boom of the South and the Jackson State University football team. You can purchase your tickets at gojsutigers.com/tickets. Don't miss out. We want to see you there. Go Tigers and love the Boom.
JSU students, we know how much you love cheering us on game days.
But there's something bigger than winning the big game. Your vote.
Voting is your chance to make a difference just like we do on the field.
So this November, let's make a play for change.
Get registered, stay informed, and show up on game day, November 5th.
Let's make a big time play together. Go vote.
Be our vote.
What's going on, everybody? Happy homecoming 2024. What up, D Diesel? I like that. He didn't embrace it now. He D Diesel, Mr. Golden Fish, TD. I ain't gonna say what brother Robert Brazil said. We're gonna leave that alone. What up, Joe?
Man, I sure
What up, man? Hey man, did y'all get some rest, bro? What a weekend, right? What's up, man? How y'all feeling, bro?
I feel good.
Easy, man. Listen, it's homecoming. Look, y'all see I'm in the throwback for the best ever. Y'all see it, man. Shattered board. Shout out LB. Man, you got 4 of them things. Listen, man, happy homecoming to everybody. It's going to be an amazing day. The weather feels great outside. Everything's going to clear up here in the next hour or so. It's going to be a beautiful day today, man. Great day, man, for love, reminiscence, and fellowship today. Oh, and get a dub.
Yeah, man. Jack State versus Arkansas Pine Bluff today. It's homecoming. It's Saturday morning kickoff. The preview show, we're going to talk football. We're going to talk all the latest and greatest from D.I. Love, Jack State University. It's been a heck of a homecoming weekend. Even with the slight rain, what was it rain on? What was it, Thursday? Rained out the block party, but it was a little overcasty and rainy on yesterday, but it went away. It went away. And it's been sunshine with a little bit of clouds ever since then, but now it's a sunny day, expected to be a high of 81 today at the vet. Beautiful day. The city has been buzzing. It's been a great to see a lot of people in town, a lot of folks we hadn't seen all season. And it's going to be a great day for some football, man. In the end, the Tigers got to go handle business, and we're going to talk about it today, man. They got a formidable foe coming in town, high-powered offense led by Mekhi Higgins and brother Javonte Gibson, the wide receiver for UAPB. And we just got to go do what we got to go do. The Tigers are coming to play. I mean, we watched South Carolina State versus North Carolina Central on Thursday. As they handle business over in the MEAC, we got to handle business over here in the SWAC, man. So we in the driver's seat. TD, we got to go handle business today. And we'll finish the day 7-2 if we win. And then we'll see what the folks got to say about it. It ain't going to matter, but we'll see what they say then, you know. But we in the driver's seat. Thoughts on the game. And then, hey, before we even get going, though, I'm gonna turn it to you, bro. We got a special guest today, man. Special guest joining us today on the show to talk a little of the latest and greatest from Jackson State from an athletic standpoint. And we'll see who it is, man. Joining us at the 15-minute mark.
All right.
But go ahead, TD. What's your thoughts, man? Early thoughts, just quick thoughts, not too deep on it. But what's how you feeling today, bro?
About concerning the game.
Yeah, just today. It's homecoming. How you feeling homecoming 2024, man?
Man, I feel good. I feel good. I look good. I smell good. Game gonna be good. Good crowd. Happy homecoming to everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Tiger Nation. Good morning, Ken Zoe. I feel pretty good about the game. The thing with it is I think they're gonna try to bring their A game. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough, you know, watching them on film. The defense. I watched a couple games and allowing people to run up the middle on them. I mean, Alcorn just had their way with them.
Don't worry about the comments. You good. Just keep going. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. So I think they're gonna bring their A game. I think they're gonna play us tough. And again, just like any other game, we got to go ahead, hit them in the mouth, let them know that we real, that we about this life. That what we doing isn't just, you know what I'm saying, it's just family is not just happening. It's because that's what it is, you know, not by circumstance. So you have to let them know. I mean, they rank in the conference third in defense, and they try to play hard on defense, Ken. So they try to play hard. I think they got too many men on line of scrimmage, too many men in the box, and that's one of their problems with their runs. And they may have to play like that because their defensive line may not be as vicious or, you know, or as strong as it needs to be, or most people like their defensive line to be, so they kind of overcompensate with putting the people in the box. But the problem with that is just like against Bethune-Cookman, once you break that initial line, it's over. They have no one to catch, man. Alcorn ate them up. I mean, even their quarterback ate them up, you know, just, you know, breaking that initial line. So as far as the offense, I just don't want to believe that we can allow a distance between a quarterback and a running back to defeat us.
I don't think so either.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, both of those guys are good. However, you know, you got to hike the ball. You know, the man got to get downfield, and then you got to throw the ball to him. First of all, I would double him, and I put those linebackers on Mekhi. The thing about it, they like to do some offset plays in misdirection to get him wide open. So he don't necessarily just roll out. They run the play to the left, and then they bring him back to the right, and a lot of the time he's just standing there waiting to throw the ball. We can get pressure on him from the edge rusher. If the edge keep contained with Nobles and Webb and Walker, then, you know, we should shut that down pretty much.
Yeah, man. Quick. We won't jump too deep into the football real quick. There's So we're gonna get into a few preliminaries as we get ready to set up. We got about 5 minutes before our guest joins. But I do want to run through a few things real quick. Great news from the university on yesterday with extensions from the head coach TC Taylor, head coach Mo Williams, and AD Ashley Robinson, VP and athletics director. But you guys know, Friends of KC 1400 Inc. nonprofit. If you want to donate to the foundation, you can go to Givelify or even PayPal. Shout out to our channel sponsors, Toyota, Cannon Toyota of Vicksburg, Cannon Nissan of Jackson, Auto Masters, and Shot RX, who we mentioned on the last show, has allowed us to provide some additional NIL funding for some athletes in this cycle of the 2024 deal. So we're excited about that. One thing we're mostly proud of, had a chance, Zoe, I went out there, TD, Zoe, myself, and KT Doug, we all went over to the university on Thursday for the 2024 Jackson State Development Foundation legacy donor wall. KC 1400 Media Group was added to that. We couldn't do it on Thursday night, TD and Zoe, because we were raining. So we snuck over there on Friday before everybody, well, really while everybody was over there for the get ready to walk the yard. And KC 1400 Media Group added to the wall. So we're extremely proud of that. So everybody that has donated to this platform, you guys see the work's been, the proof's in the pudding. I don't care if it was a $5 donation to an initiative, $10, $20, it doesn't matter, man. Everybody that donated $1 or more is a part of this. And as I stated, I just dropped the video on it. This is a community effort. This is not about Ken, ain't about KC. It's not just about the 4 or 5 Rochelle Marcus that's not on the screen, but still a part of this thing. It's about you guys who have actually done a hell of a job in just allowing us to do what it is that we do in a major way. And it was a great time, man. So truly proud of that. And we're gonna continue to press forward to try to get to that diamond level. You know, diamond level is a lifetime of $1 million or more donated to the university. We're after this year, we'll be north of 100K. And we're proud of that, man. So it's just, like I said, we don't just get on the screen and talk. You guys have answered the call of duty, and you guys have definitely you should be proud of that. Whenever you see KC 1400 Media Group, think of yourself. Think of yourself, because those initiatives, and I know that university, it's a community effort, man. It's definitely a community effort, and I'm truly proud of that. Zoe, I'm going to let you go first, then TD, and then we'll prepare for our guests to join us.
Well, I'm gonna be real brief, man. Look, like Ken stated, man, it's not Ken, it's not me, it's not TD or anybody. Actually, it's the fam. What I like to call I Love Family. We did this. So they just have to put a name up there. And so again, none of this could be done without none of y'all. And we're nothing without none of y'all. So again, salute and kudos to all of you in the I Love family. And like I said, whenever we come on the screen, this is just a family meeting.
I like that. Diesel, what you got, big dog?
Yeah, man, I think I think this is awesome. The fact that you have a group of people to come together on one accord for one love, and that is I Love Jackson State University. And like each of you stated, you know, we always have to give respect and shout out to the fans, because they the one that made this happen. So much love, and to show how much we love the university, and also show what we can do. We can collaborate and come together and get me out the way. Get self out the way. Stop thinking of that is me, that is I. There's no I in team. So with that being said, man, we definitely appreciate, you know, it's a great honor that we was able to do that, and they put our names on the wall to recognize that. So again, shout out to Tiger Nation for the donation and contribute that you made. Again, when you see that, just think of us, because we did it as a unit.
Absolutely, absolutely. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we had some great breaking news on yesterday. First up was Coach TC Taylor got an extension, which he's going to be extended out to 2024. Also, our head men's basketball coach, Coach Mo Williams, got an extension to 2028. And last but not least, the best in the game, our Vice President and Director of Athletics, Mr. Ashley Robinson, gets extended. It's all talking about continuity, and we figured if we're going to talk extensions, man, what better than to bring the person on who's responsible for behind all of this good stuff, man. We're going to go ahead and add our special guest to the show, the man himself, AD Ashley Robinson. What's up, baby?
Good morning. How y'all doing, man?
Man, we wonderful, man. How you doing? Congratulations on the extension.
I'm doing great, man. I tell people, man, I'm a tiger, man. So hey, as long as I wake up every morning as a tiger, I'm doing great. I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good about the program, and I want to say thank you to you all as well, man. I love what you all do. I appreciate what you all do. A lot of athletic directors don't show appreciation, to people like yourselves, but you all do a very, very good job making sure Jackson State Athletics and the university is out there. So I want to say thank you all for what you do. I appreciate it. I jumped on Diesel early, and I heard that teamwork, and I like that collaborative, man. It's all about teamwork. I tell people it's not about me, it's about Jackson State University as a whole. And what happens if everybody come together, over 50,000 alums and supporters come together as one? And you talking about some teamwork, and that's what I want to see happen. That's what I want to leave my legacy at Jackson State University. What happened if all 50,000 alums come together as one?
That's right, AD. Man, what a way to break it. You Jackson State, we kind of, and you can speak to this in your tenure. You got to Jackson in 2018, got back home. Let me say it that way. You came home in 2018, took over this illustrious university as athletics director, and you've seen a lot of changes through this time with administration, with head coaches. You made a lot of hires, a lot of home run hires, won a lot of championships under you. But we wanted to get you on, though, because we wanted to talk about one of the things that it looked like to me, and I think what the one word that came from all of the extensions yesterday, AD, was continuity and stability. It made us feel good because, hey, the two of the top programs, two of the top money revenue drivers of the university, you have stability at both of those positions. And we'll start with head coach TC Taylor and let you just kind of give your thoughts on that. Coach TC takes over 2023. Yeah, last year, 2023, after Coach Prime departs to Colorado. Right. And in his second year, in the middle of his second year, he gets an extension. Let's talk about why TC gets an extension through 2028. My mistake, everybody.
It's a no-brainer with Coach Taylor. I mean, Coach Taylor is a straight ball coach. All he wants to do is coach football. And I tell you, there's nobody that loves Jackson State more than Coach TC Taylor. This is a dream, for him. And me be able to give him the dream that, the job that he really, really wanted. I mean, he loved Jackson State, his passion. You talking about work very, very hard. I mean, put a good staff together, done a great job recruiting. And I believe in with my coaches, if you notice, when you look at, we make extensions, you don't wait till a coach win a championship to give them an extension. You see the growth. When you see the vision of that program and you see this down the road, because sometimes you wait too late and you lose that coach.
Right.
And then, so you want to show appreciation. And I'm big on that with our coaches. And Coach Taylor has done a really, really good job from day one. And I'm going to say this, and I've been wanting to say this for a long time, Ken. When I say we, alumni and supporters, a lot of us didn't support Coach Taylor when we made this hire. And I told people, just believe in him, believe in me. And I promise you this is going to be a good hire. And, this is one of our own. And, that was kind of disturbing because, this is one of your own that breathed Jackson State University, that's been here for a long time, coached under a lot of great coaches, won championships as a player, as a coach. And now he's our head coach at Jackson State. And, even the beginning of the year, I love it when Coach Taylor, if he comes out and says something, it's really big. I hear the noise, after the Grambling game. And I think me and you talked, Ken, and I said, hey, first 4 games don't really matter. I said, we're getting our chemistry together. But I say, we're going to come out and we're going to do really, really well after this game. And I think I told you, Ken, I said, I think we needed that loss. I said, we had done a really good job beating Southern. Sometimes the morale was really, really up. And it was a good time to have a loss at that time. It didn't count. We're starting swag play, so we went into swag play. And that's when the time that, I really, go and work and do my job. And I had to tell people, hey, we're going to be good. Trust me, we're going to be really, really good. We got a really, really good team. Coach Taylor's done a really, really good job recruiting. We have depth. A lot of people don't know, sometimes you lose some of your top players. There goes your team. We've lost some top players and we haven't seen no drop-offs. So that shows what Coach Taylor has really, really done. So, my job was to make sure I support him and make sure I give him what he needs to be successful. And I went to our president and say, hey, we need to we need to go ahead and give him an extension. And the president agreed right there. He agreed and said, hey, Ashley, get it to me. Let's get it done. Let's make this happen. And I said, I want to make this happen for homecoming. And a lot of people don't know this happened 2 weeks before the Florida A&M game. So don't just think that we gave him an extension because what happened after before the end game. The paperwork was in the works. It had been approved and agreed upon. So we wanted to make sure that we showed Coach Taylor his appreciation because he's worked really, really hard for Jackson State University. I mean, if you sit down and talk to him, he's football all day. I had to tell him to go home and get some rest, coach. So Jackson State, we're in good hands. I guarantee you, we're in good hands. Trust me on this one. And I told Ken, I told you all, Zoe, this is going to be a special hire. And I'm very excited about where the program is going. And I tell you, people, we're going to win it this year, but we're very, very young. So,
That's right.
Just to come, we got about 11 commitments. I look at the future when I start talking about commitments and extending coaches. You look at how they're recruiting. Coach Taylor's still out there recruiting. He's still getting some things. Matter of fact, him and Coach O sent me a budget last week to say, hey, we got to go out and get these kids. We got to bring these official visits in. AD, we need these funds to make this happen. So, I'm very excited. I think this is a special one. I think Coach Taylor is, really, really going to do well. I'm really very excited for the future of Jackson State football. And now we got some consistency back. We went back to what we used to do. I know the history, people. I know Jackson State. We hire within when it comes to the program. We're back, and that's what I brought Coach Taylor back in 2018 for. He stayed here. He believed in me. He could have left during that time. He had a lot of job offers as an assistant coach. And I asked him to stay. I said, Coach Taylor, Coach O, stay with me. I promise you we're going to work out for you. And he believed in me, and he stayed and think great things will happen. So I want to say congratulations to Coach Taylor. Congratulations to the football team. Congratulations to his coaching staff. And I want to continue to support them and give them what they need. And I tell people this all the time. And I'm not just, I know we're talking about Coach Taylor, but we got a great president that really understands athletics, that believe in athletics, and really gives us what they need when it comes to support it. We're not talking about a president that just show up to the football game. We're talking about a president that making sure that we're taken care of as an athletic whole, and we talking about budgets and different things like that. And it's tough. If you know the state of Mississippi bylaws when it comes to what you can do from athletics, it's really, really tough with state funds. So, I want to say congratulations, Coach Taylor. This is a big one. And we have a president that really gets it. I can't do it all by myself. Congratulations to my staff that really, really do a good job of supporting our coaches and giving them what they need. And all I'm going to say is the best is yet to come, kid.
You got it. I'm going to yield to the crew, TD and Zoe. If you guys got anything. I know AD dropped a lot on us just then. I know TD was taking notes over there. So
Well, look, AD, look, I know we got, say into the extension, but I actually, though you're not a coach, I like to always use this analogy because, there's a saying, you are what your record says you are, but that applies to every human being. So you are what your resume says you are.
Right.
Last my check, you're known as the coach whisperer.
Right.
You make all these great hires, you make all these great, great decisions. And every move that you made at Jackson State has been a home run. And so you have the reality of what you do, but yet you have the perception of what you do. So since we have all that going in, and you've been hot as a firecracker with every move that you've made, what's next on the horizon for Jackson State? Whether it's football or any other sport, what's next on the plan for Ashley Robinson with regards to Jackson State?
We want to make sure that we secure the coaches. We did that this week, and next week, I'm gonna give you a tidbit. We're gonna do some contracts for our other coaches that have done really, really well. We're talking about baseball, we're talking about softball, we're talking about tennis, we're talking about those sports. Have done soccer, done really, really well. So you're gonna see some extensions next week, and we're gonna lock them in as well to make sure they're secure. And the next thing is we got to start the facility bug back up. That's the biggest piece. You saw the scoreboard in the AAC. I have a scoreboard plan for all the rest of the sports. Will be soccer, baseball, and softball. So those will be the first phases of the facility plans. We want to do some things to the AAC. We want to get the TBLS up back running. The president is working really, really hard to get that back going. Those are the next steps. We got to get out there. I think you want to lock the coaches in. Of course, they're doing a really, really good job. You got to have them first. We want to make sure that we secure some great sponsorship and revenue to make sure we can support our coaches. And then we want to get these facilities going. So that's my next big deal. We got to get our facilities upgraded. We got to get them going. And that's the next piece because we are growing really, really fast. And we got to get the facilities going. And we got to get into this NIL world. That's something that's big right now. It's pay for play. I mean, it's there. You're recruiting every kid, even when you get the kid committed. So we got to get some things that we can support our coaches on that. We want to work on some cost of attendance for our football program. That's something that we want to bring to the table.
Nice.
And right now, we do have that for men's and women's basketball. We'll talk about that when Coach Williams' extension. But those are some things though that we want to put in place to make sure we can be continue the success and be consistent across the board when it comes to Jackson State athletics. But we want sustainability. That's what we want. We don't want to just win 1 year, win 2 years. We want to keep this thing going like we did in the past. We want to build on this tradition and blaze new trails and keep everything going. But those are the areas that we really, really want to touch on and making sure that we continue to grow Jackson State University.
One thing before you go, TD. So listen, so all Jacksonians, from AD's lips to all of our ears, the I Love family, we need you. Y'all heard the plan. You heard what he want to lay out. He can't do it by himself. He needs every last one of us to make this happen.
And I tell you, Zoe, what better time, and that's a good tidbit. You know what? We're talking about the 40 by 40. And I created the 40 by 40 because I didn't want people to say, hey, we're always asking, it's more. If we do the 40 by 40, I mean, we do the math. And Ken, pull out your calculator for me. 50,000 times 40 is what?
2 million.
That's 2 million. You think about it, Zoe. We do a 12-month campaign, 40 by 40, and we get 50,000 loans to give $40 to $100 every single month. 12 times 2 million is what? That's 24 million.
24 million.
We can do whatever we need to do to support Jackson State athletics. It's just that simple. Tell a friend, tell alumni. Everybody should be responsible for 10 to 15 people to say, hey, join the 40 by 40. It's not a lot. Be a season ticket holder, join the 40 by 40, join the Buildings Champion Fund. But that 40 by 40 can really take us and put us on a whole nother level. If people continue to, if they buy into that 40 by 40 zone, we can get some things done. Even if we get 25,000, that's still $1 million, a month. So I want to encourage all alums, let's support the 40 by 40. The 40 by 40 goes to facility, it goes to recruiting, it goes to anything that is support all our coaches. So if we can get the 40 by 40 going, we talking about 24 million a year. We can get 50,000 loans to support that. So, that's gonna give us everything we need to be successful, along with the state funding, along with season ticket holders, along with donors and sponsorships, and also with the 40 by 40. If I can go to donors and sponsors and say, big sponsors, big corporate sponsors, we got 50,000 alums giving to athletics. That helps me when it comes to sponsorship. It helps me when it comes to talking to corporate, because that's one of the main questions that they ask. How many alums you have? How many people coming to the game? How many people are supporting your institution? Our percentage got to get up when it comes to giving to Jackson State University, so we can secure corporate sponsorship and get out in that corporate world to make sure that we can support our student athletes.
TD.
Yeah. AD, you said a lot, but one thing come to my mind when we talking about the 40 for 40, when we talk about the facilities, when we talk about the teams and the athletes, when you take any form of martial arts, they tell you have a couple ways of hitting.
Right.
You have open hand,
Right.
you have closed fist. You get more power and punch when you have a closed fist. That means that all 5 fingers, 4 fingers in your thumb is working together.
Right.
So you can get more done when you come together and do things, and your punch and your impact can be much harder and more significant if you do it that way, rather than trying to slap somebody. You punch them and go ahead and get it done. Right. That's what I'm saying about what we trying to do at Jackson State University. If everybody stop pulling in so many directions and all 4 fingers come together and band together and make one whole fist, that impact is so much powerful. Then you know what I'm saying? Because if you have an open hand, you hit somebody with an open hand, AD, you subject to hurt yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of hurting yourself, let's work together, and then we all can build, from there. So another thing that I noticed that you did, and that we are supposed to do, that's for any walks in life. That's if you're a manager, that if you're a husband, you have to show people appreciation.
That's right.
My grandmother used to always say, you give people their flower while they live, they can't smell them when they dead.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't appreciate your coaches and your staff and the people that's around you while they're with you, and you just trying to talk to them when they leaving, they out the door. You take care of it and you build that relationship and you show that rapport and you show appreciation right then, we're giving them their flowers.
That's right.
And then it leads me to you and President Thompson. It's called administration.
Mhm.
So what I goes back to the movie Lean on Me, when Joe Clark said, if you can't control the classroom, how can you teach?
That's right.
But a teacher is only as strong as his administrator. Now, a teacher can be great, but if they don't have the administrative staff to support them,
That's right.
then the classroom, the school is in chaos, and you're too busy writing students up, sending them to the principal office. Same thing we go with you with President Thompson and the coaches. If you guys are not on the same page and working together and supporting your coaches and the athletes the way that you need to, then therefore, you have a bunch of chaos because everybody won't shine. I'm fighting with you, you fighting with me because, everybody want to stand out rather than working together. And with you, in a way that you show support, AD, and I know the president shows support for you because he trusts and believes in you. And that's the big thing that anything, trust and relationship. Right. Being able to talk and communicate with people. That's key to anything in life. So with you guys able to be able to communicate with each other, president, AD, coaches, players, you know what I'm saying? Then everything is related to a community. Man, you got a ball of success right there. That's right. So that's pretty much, all I'm gonna say on that. I mean, again, I want to say congratulations to you and your extension. Congratulations for you to extend, other coaches. And one thing that we said on this show a few months ago, one thing about under your leadership for sure, one thing that we noticed about the athletic departments, all of them, whether we win the whole national the championships or not, we always in running. That's from soccer to softball. Yeah. I was down at the softball game, in Gulfport, Right. So from soccer, bowling, even, and not only that, man, we're talking about student athletes. And with bowling had a high GPA that we discussed the other day on the show. Man, that's amazing, man. That's awesome.
That's right.
That's awesome. So that means that some good work is being done. So we have to get the trust, the factor. And speaking of Coach Mo, I know Ken real high on the team, saying gonna be good this year. I'm waiting to see.
Yeah, they will be. Yeah. Perfect season, loader.
Yeah.
Hey, with that segue, Coach AD, let's talk about Coach Mo Williams. Extended out to just like yourself and just like Coach TC Taylor. So let's talk about the thoughts into extending Mo through 2028.
Coach Williams came in and done a really, really good job hitting the ground running. The biggest piece was recruiting, getting kids in here and getting some things done. Got a great coaching staff as well, and assembled a really, really good staff. But you look at the future of men's basketball, we're in great hands. Our coach has done a really, really good job. Even you talking about the 26, 25, and 26, recruitment. You look at the vision of the program. You talking about, and I'm with Ken, I had opportunity to see them. I had opportunity to see what he's put together. And I seen that team grow from year one to year two and add pieces that's needed. If the injury bug don't come this year, we're going to have some exciting things happen in men's basketball.
Agreed.
You talking about, we go back, see, they don't know nothing about this, Ken, but you go back to the Lindsey Hunter and the Dwayne Winfield days and the Godfrey days. We got size, we got guards, we got the 6'10s, the 6'11s, got big guards, 6'2 guards. We got a lot of kids from Mississippi on this team. So it's really, really good. Really, really good because, anytime you can recruit one of the top kids in Mississippi and get those kids to come to Jackson State, that helps everything. That helps recruiting. That helps your butts in the seats. Families coming out to support our kids. So Coach Williams has done a really, really good job in what he believes in and what he's done with these kids and the history he has of basketball. And, you think about, Coach Taylor and Coach Williams, they all from Mississippi, all right here in Jackson, right here in the Jackson area that understands and they want to be at Jackson State University. So, with Coach Williams, I wanted to make sure that we do, we extend him. during this time, because this is a great time for the program. You know, his son is top 100 in the nation. You're talking about committed and coming here to Jackson State University. You know, he has another son. You're talking about the future, a junior is going to be really, really well as well. So, you know, those commitments are huge, and especially in this day and age when it comes to recruiting, when it comes to the NIL. And he has done a really, really good job recruiting. We hitting on some really, really good kids, and the future of men's basketball is in really, really good hands. And I'm very excited about it. So I want to say congratulations to Coach Williams. He's done a really, really good job assembling a program. We have one of the great legends. You know, you can't talk about basketball without talking about Trey Johnson, which is one of the great legends here that played here at Jackson State, which is his associate head coach. So, you know, I want to say congratulations to Coach Williams. And again, you know, like I said about, you know, earlier, the best is yet to come, Ken. We're going to continue to build on this tradition and blaze new trails. And this is the first step of building that men's basketball program, and make sure we secure the staff, making sure we secure some recruits, and making sure we put things in place to be successful. Now it's my job to support them and give them what they need to be successful.
Yep, talked to Coach Tyler yesterday out on the yard. I won't say anything, but another big name potentially committing to Jackson State coming up this week. So recruiting is huge. And as you spoke of the injury bug, I mean, my goodness, man, Romeo Mansell being out last season. You got Deshaun Ruffin did not get to play the season. I mean, look at what we were still able to do without two of our best players. And then we go down to USM. We should have won that game. I mean, I know we cry about the refs, but like Coach Tyler said yesterday, I mean, 15 turnovers in the second half, but even without Mansell or Ruffin playing in that game, we still handed them.
I agree.
We open the season up on Monday in Houston with just the number 4 Houston Cougars. Before I move on to yourself, I'm going to go to the TD. I'm going to let you go first on this. If you got anything for AD in regards to men's basketball, then we'll go to Zoe.
Yeah, actually, I do have one quick question. First of all, good hire with Coach Mo. He's a local. I mean, everybody can ride with the locals in success that he had in the career that Coach Mo had, and now he bringing that same winning mentality to Jackson State. You know, I even watched a lot of stuff he doing on Instagram with his kids. So I think we have a good man, in position. But with that being said, we got a big, nice scoreboards. Is there any renovations or anything possibly in the works for the AAC?
Yeah, and that's some of the things that we're looking at. I talked about earlier. Absolutely, locker rooms, and there's a lot of upgrades that need to be in AAC office areas as well. As you know, we want to upgrade the 2 suite areas for men's and women's basketball in our locker room area, and also the arena. We want to make it suitable, make your arena that's a basketball arena to where you actually on the court watching the game. In my opinion, the seats are a little bit too far, and if people look at the history of the AAC, that really wasn't built to play basketball in.
Indoor track.
Yeah, right. So we gonna do some things, in the years to come to make sure that we make it a basketball and volleyball friendly arena as well, and upgrade some locker rooms and do some things of that nature, so we can make sure that we're giving our student athletes the best experience here at Jackson State. And also, we do a lot of activities outside of, athletics. You have your graduations in there. So you want them to be great experiences as well. When people come on campus, that customer service care and that customer care, which is big, the president has put in place. So all of those things, I think, would assist with that to make sure that you're having the best experience at Jackson State University.
And the last thing I would ask, we did the hiring of Coach Richards. We hadn't seen her team perform just yet. We know where we come, from, what we had in Coach Reed, and the expectations. Talking to Coach DP, been on here a few times. He still fit the expectation is great.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm like this. I judge that when I see,
right.
But my expectation is good, and we always expect to win as a Tiger.
Yeah.
How do you feel about our girl program, and how is it coming along right now in your eyesight?
Good question. That's a good question, and I'm glad I'm able to address that now. I want people to put in mind that Coach Richards had to go out and get 15 new players. She had to get them in April and May, where all kids was gone, and we made this hire very, very late, because of the change of coaches, and kudos to Coach Reed. We're very, very proud of her. She's done a really, really good job. Her legacy will forever live at Jackson State University. But we want to see Coach Reed do really, really well at Charlotte. I know she can go in there and knock it out the park. So we're very excited about that. But Coach Richards came in here and hit the ground running, and that's one reason why I had to get an experienced coach, because you talking about hiring a coach late, and you got to fill a whole roster. She had to fill a whole roster. She had to fill a whole staff. She had to fill a whole schedule. That's something that she had to do, and she came in and she did it. She didn't complain. She got it done. So this year we got expectations. We're Tigers. We're very passionate. It's going to be a good year. But I want to put that out there. I want to show people, let people know, what's going on with the program and where we are. We have 15 brand new players, 4 new coaches. So my expectations are high for her. She works very, very hard. Again, I think we're going to be really, really good. But, you go back to 2018 season, and Ken and Zoe and these are you remember this. We started off the SWAC 0-5, 0-6.
Yep.
People was throwing the towel in, and I had to make a statement and say, hey, we're going to be okay. Understand this is her first year. Understand she inherited a team. Understand she had to come in. Coach Reed had to come in and build a program.
Yep.
She came in and built it. But that same year, we went to the championship game.
Sure did.
And after that, it was history.
Yep.
So we talk sometimes history repeats itself. People talk about that, but I want to put that out there. But Coach Richards, we're gonna be okay. Trust me, we're gonna be okay in women's basketball, and it might be this year. But I'm excited what she's assembled and put together. But this is 15 new players, 4 new coaches, a whole new esteem and what we's doing. But again, like she told you in the press conference, it's not her first rodeo. She's an experienced coach. She's a basketball player. She's a basketball assistant coach. She's coached on the high level. She's coached in the conference. She knows the conference. She knows what it's about. So I'm excited, Diesel. I'm excited about women's basketball as well, and I think we're going to be really, really well. I'm excited about the leadership of Coach Richards and what she's doing. And not only is she doing a really, really good job on the court, but she's doing a really, really good job off the court with her kids.
Yep.
Sure they understand life and what they're doing out in, because it's, after basketball, I tell kids, we want to make sure we prepare them to go out and get a really, really good job, and be able to support and come back to Jackson State University. So she's doing a really, really good job mentoring and being a great coach and a great leader.
So
Awesome.
All right, I was going to speak to you. Mentioned about the men's basketball program with Coach Williams, with the level of recruiting that we've done from last season going into this upcoming season with the addition of his son committing and possibly some other commitments that we're going to get to. Speak to, because I actually feel under Coach Williams, we can actually take this program to a height we haven't seen since Coach Stoglin was here. When you spoke with Dwayne Whitfield and Godfrey Thompson and Lindsey, speak to in this new climate, if Coach Williams is able to elevate the program and we're actually able to get to the NCAA tournament, what could happen if we get a win, get 2 wins, even if we, for any reason, are able to get to, let's just say, the Sweet 16. We're literally talking about 2 wins.
All right.
What that can actually do for the men's basketball program and for the athletic department.
Oh, it takes us to a whole nother level. Anytime you can win football and basketball, your program, you can do a lot of things for your sports, all your sports. You can do a lot of things for your program. You trust me, Zoe. We went to the Celebration Bowl 2 years in a row, and not going last year. Me, you being used to that budget and used to getting that money for football, it hurt. It hurt because we were used to doing it. It was a style. It was a lifestyle. We know we're going to the Celebration Bowl. We know we're getting there. So when you talk about winning football and men's basketball in this conference and on this level, you talking about taking your program to another level, especially in men's basketball, because the way it's set up in men's basketball is even the playing game. You get a check from the conference office. You get some things from the NCAA, but you win that playing game, you get checks from the conference office 3-4 years down the road.
Wow.
Just continue to grow. So you win men's and women's, and now they just put in their distribution for women's basketball. So I put a petition in. I think y'all need to help me with this to the NCAA because they owe us for 4 years for women's basketball. I need to get our money, so since they started it this year. So you know, just imagine if that would have been in place when Coach Reed was here. What is
man.
so we didn't get any distribution for women's basketball the last 4 years. So now it's men's and women's basketball and it's football. You win those sports right there, you can take your program to a whole nother level, and you'll be able to support a lot of things that you need, the growth and things that you need, and you'll be able to support your coaches and your student athletes. So you're right, Zoe. That's the plan. You know, I told Coach Williams, and I see it on here. I mean, Coach Williams and Coach Taylor can make as much money as they want. They continue to win and do what they need to do and show and be good characters and good mentors for Jackson State University. They win. Revenue's coming in. So that's what it's all about. And we want, you know, I want our coaches to be the highest paid coaches in this conference, which, you know, I want our coaches to be the highest paid coaches in FCS and be some mid-major FBS program. So that's what I'm all about. And the president as well, we're about that growth. So those programs there, you get those going, so you can take your program to a whole nother level. So I'm excited, very excited about both.
So let me jump in real quick because I know I said this to you. We were kind of chuckling through text. Saying after those two extensions went out with Coach Taylor and Coach Mo, everybody was like, "Oh boy, is he preparing to run up? Is he preparing to leave us, man? What's happening?" Then all of a sudden, boom, in comes your extension. Let's talk about your thoughts on just being extended once again. I mean, if we can get you through 2028, that'll be a 10-year. That's a whole decade of trajectory and success in your career here at Jackson State University. And I know, let me say this to the chat. Listen, I know there's 1,000 questions we want to ask, but we really, y'all know it's game day. We only had AD for a short period of time. We're trying to get in as much as we can, but I don't want to, that's why I'm not asking a whole lot of questions. I can ask my questions offline, but I do want to kind of set you up, let you speak to just your thoughts on an extension from the president as well as just the administration. And then I'll let TD and Zoe ask their questions, and we'll get you out of here.
You know, Ken, you know, we've done a lot. You know, and I'm not a person to try to, you know, start something and leave when you have success. You know, I see a lot of potential here at Jackson State University. You know, I tell people all the time, Jackson State can be one of the biggest athletic programs in this state. And you know the programs that's in this state. But the biggest piece is that I'm working on, Ken. We talked about this earlier. If all the Tigers come together, I see Ken and Zoe, you see it right in your background. And that's 50,000 people right there.
Facts.
You know, so, you know, we could be the biggest show. We can be the biggest show in the state of Mississippi. We can really be that. And I see that potential. And that's why I'm here. You know, I'm here because I love Jackson State. I love our coaches. I love our fans. I love our alumni. And I want to be here. And we got a president that really gets it. We have some good people here that really understand it. And it's home. And I want to show people that it can be done at Jackson State University. You know, I'm tired of the perception of people saying, well, we can't do. I'm big on that. I was that person that was that 5'6", 5'4" point guard that said you'll never play Division I basketball. And I said, that's a lie, because I'm gonna go out and work and do what I need to do. So, you know, I welcome all the whisperers and all the people, as TC said, make the noise and say, well, we're not gonna do here at Jackson State University. We're gonna do it at Jackson State University. And Ashton Robinson is gonna make sure that. And I tell people this all the time. We ain't just start doing this, Ken. You know, my team was building on tradition and blazing new trails, and we're gonna build on this tradition and blaze new trails. But it's a lot of work that needs to be done. You know, we 26 championships in. You know, we've done well on our APR. We've done really, really well on our GSR. Not only are we winning championships, we're graduating our student athletes. Our APRs are really, really good. We've done some really, really good things, but it's still a lot of work to do because we got a lot of potential here at Jackson State University. And if everybody come together and understand that, we're going to see some great things here. You know, I've had opportunities to be other places, but this is the place for me. And this is where I want to be. I love being here. I love, you know, waking up in the morning a Tiger. Like I tell people, I love it. You know, this year I've started something new, though. You know, I went into last year was a very stressful year, gained a lot of weight, started the weight trail. You know, I was at about 196, 198. You know, I'm up about 168, 169 now, kids. So ritual every morning. I get up in the morning at 5. You know, I check my emails. I read me a Bible verse. I get me a workout in. And I look in the mirror and say, what can I do to make Jackson State University better? Every morning I get up. That's what I do. You know, because some people can make things about, and we always making excuses. And I'm tired of all the excuses. Financial aid didn't do this. Housing didn't do this. We'll make it better. Let's make sure that we put some money in the housing to make sure it don't happen. Let's make sure that we make sure financial aid is doing what they're supposed to. Make sure it don't happen to that next future Tiger. You know, and I tell people that all the time. Jackson State, I mean, we big, we huge. You know, it's funny that you can go to social media and you can see some of these things, the way people are talking. But, you know, our recruits are seeing that. You know, our future Tigers are seeing that. Enrollment, they're seeing that. So let's be positive, because Jackson State, it's a lot of successful people in this world because of Jackson State University.
Facts.
Jackson State is doing some great things, and they've done some great things, and it's going to continue to do great things. But I guarantee you, the work is not done with the vision of President Thompson and where he's going to take this program, the university as a whole. Jackson State is in the right hands, and we got a great future. And I want to be part of that future, and I want to continue to grow it. So, Ken, you know, I tell people, you know, a lot of people, I got the call from Ken, say, oh, he's extending coaches. What's going on? And I said, Ken, we're going to hit this thing 11, 12, and 1.
Right.
We're going to make sure people know that we're here. We're committed. And Ashley Robinson is committed to growing Jackson State University. I'm here. I have an open mind. If you got anything negative, shoot me an email, shoot me a call. But when we out in the public talking about Jackson State University, let's talk about all of the positive things of Jackson State University. 4 Hall of Famers, more Hall of Famers than anybody in the state of Mississippi.
Facts.
About that. And we on the verge of bringing one more in, because I'm really praying that Jimmy Swift get in. But we've done some great things here at Jackson State. And I know former athletes, you know, in the past, we got to do a better job of recognizing our athletes and recognizing our championship teams and doing a better job with them. We're going to do that. I promise you, we're going to do that. But let's continue to grow. Let's continue to do it. But I want to see 50,000 alum give to this 40 by 40. I want to see everybody that comes in that stadium for that championship game, for that Alcorn game, for that Southern game, be a part of that 40 by 40. And you want to see Ashley Robinson work? Give me 50,000 40 by 40 for 12 months. And we're going to have the top program in the state of Mississippi. I guarantee you, if I can get you to support and make sure that we're doing that to support our student athletes and our coaches. But I'm here. I'm excited, Ken. As you see, I got a lot of energy. It's game day.
Oh, yeah.
Robinson is here to stay at Jackson State University. So all the whispers, all the people that's saying, where is he's going, where he's going, you see it on my chest. I'm a Tiger, baby.
Hey, before you guys go, AD, I'm gonna ask this question for last. I'm gonna let you guys ask y'all a question, but there's one question I do want you to address, and that is, what have your pain points?
Yep.
Because I know we talk about.
Yep.
There's some things we talked about that you want to see, and I know you kind of alluded to some of that, but some things that, because then, you know, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm hearing, because I always hear what's not being said, right? People say, oh yeah, you get him on the show, it's gonna be all the warm and fuzzy stuff.
Yep.
People say, well, they ain't ask no hard questions, and
that's right.
We just talked about the approach, but I don't even want to ask that question.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, what is it that you have seen in your 6 years of being an AD?
Right.
There's some things where you say, man, I could have done that better. Man, I need to get better in this area.
Right.
That ain't where it needs to be.
Right.
We need to put a plan in place. That's kind of some of the stuff from your eyes, because you're the one that's driving this ship.
Right.
And like I said, if we give us a microphone, we'll talk about everything that ain't right and under the sun, right? But just kind of wanted to touch on that aspect of it, and then we'll let the fellas close it out, so we can get over here to the stadium and put that beat down on PB today.
There you go. You know, Ken, I tell people every day, we all make mistakes. We all make decisions. My first mentor told me, I don't want a leader. I'd rather have someone that make a decision that don't make a decision. And, sometimes you can make some decisions. I tell my staff, I make mistakes every single day. But what you do after you make that mistake. We talk about, the home games. When I got here, everybody wanted the 5 home games. We're going out and we're playing. And I said, and I looked at it and I said, you know what? I'm going to make a commitment we got to get 5 home games. We got to get the 5 to 6 home games. And a lot of people if you go back and look at the history, the reason why we used to have 5 to 6 home games, Ken, back in the day, because 2 of them we played every single year on campus. And that was, at the stadium, that was Valley and the Alcorn game. And everybody considered that as home. If you take those 2 games away and it's a home and home, you got 4 games every single year.
That's facts.
So the past, if you look at, why did we have 5 to 6 home games? So that was one of the commitments that I made. I go out and I do a lot of, we do classic games, and classic games we do them. I try to do winnable games. I'm not the AD let's go play, Power 5. Let's go do that. So, we try to do games that's going to definitely be winning, but it's good to get a classic game that you can, that's a HBCU game or that's a conference game that you can get revenue off of.
Right.
I start looking at the revenue. Every time we open up that stadium, it's 200,000. I mean, from the door. Before I open up, I'm 200,000 in the hole. And you start looking at the infrastructure of the stadium. You start looking at, where it is and what's going on. And the infrastructure is really, really bad for customer service. It's really, really bad if you look at it. And if I could do anything, Ken, I would have started working on that 6 years ago because of the stadium and the things that was going on, because there's a lot of upgrades and a lot of things that needs to happen, at that stadium. So we take a lot of hits. Our staff do a really good job working, but people would never estimate behind the scenes of the things that we have to deal with. And Ken, you kind of know, I've alluded to you all kind of what we deal with, but that's not an excuse. That's something that I could have done better to solidify them problems and identify some of the things that, hey, we need to fix this. We need to try to do this. If we're going to be here, we need to do some things to make sure that we put it in place. So those are one of the big things, Ken, when you start talking about infrastructure and things of that nature, with stadiums and the way the concessions are set and the way the bathrooms are set, but we're gonna continue to work every week. I tell people, send me, what your deals is and what your complaints are. But through it all, we work through that. We continue to work through that. We just hired Hakeem McCullen as our deputy, and he's, of course, he's hit the ground when he gets it. And the biggest piece of that, Ken, is the customer service piece. It's not so much of making that mistake, but you got to respond back to those emails. You got to call people back. I got 3 calls this morning at 6:30 this morning about tailgate. And there was some tailgate, season ticket holders. Hey, this changed. I can't get in. I answered the phone. I called them back. I called Hakeem. Hey, let's make sure. And that's the biggest piece. And we want to do that, and we're going to continue to do that better. But that's one of the things that I wish I would have looked into when I first got here, to make sure that we could have did some better things at the stadium. But if you see, we've enhanced the game day experience. We're using the Jumbotron a whole lot now. Even the infrastructure piece. You see, we have to bring the speakers in. We got the big speakers that we bring in. We want to make sure there's a good speaker system, sound system. So we're going to continue to work on that and grow on that. And we got some exciting things that, when it comes to the infrastructure of the stadium and what we're going to do. And one thing, Ken, I talked to Ken about this. Everybody, all 50,000 of you wanted 5 home games. Now I need 50,000 people at all home games. If you want to continue the home game, I'm a numbers guy. Yeah. I can't continue to play 5 to 6 home games, and we're gonna have 20,000 fans at the game. That's not 20,000 fans might be good for somebody else, but that's not good for Jackson State University. We want 5 home games. I need butts in the seats. I need people there. I need you to show up. I need you to tailgate. I need you to have a good time. I need 50,000 alums to come out. We got some exciting things. You can come in the stadium if you want to have your alcohol beverage. We serving that now. We brought that to the stadium 3 years ago. You want to get you some good food or what you need to do to watch the game. Come see some exciting football, but we need butts in the seats. If you want me to continue to play 5 to 6 home games every single year, we got to make sure that we are here and make sure we're supported. And I want to address the Mobile Classic. I know I get a lot of feedback about why are we going to Mobile? Why are we going to Mobile? Well, I am a numbers guy. Every time Alabama A&M has came to Jackson State University, we only made enough to cover the $200,000 cost to cover the stadium. Mobile was a $450 payout with plus expenses for us, which makes a lot of sense, and it's a conference game, and we do it on their year. I'd rather go to Mobile than go to Huntsville. And until somebody can encourage me that I can make $1 million at home to play Alabama A&M, we'll be in Mobile because the business of it makes sense.
Can I jump in real quick? I just want to add a little bit more context to that. So $450,000 payout plus expenses means 0 expenses, and that's $900K over a 2-year span.
Right.
If we play Alabama A&M in Jackson, that's a net zero because we break even on the home game, and then on the when we go to Huntsville game, it's all expenses.
Yep.
So it's $900K.
And Ken, you're missing this. They
Go
pay
ahead.
all our expenses on our away game too. So on the away game, we get all our expenses. On our home game, we get $450 plus expenses. So it's a win-win for us.
So you're looking at $1 million versus a negative. Wow.
Because you just mentioned it, but please elaborate and tell us when we play Alabama A&M in Jackson, how can we net $900,000 for that one home game?
I can make that easy. You can't. All right, TD.
Oh, yes, you can. 50,000 fans.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. That's great. You got me on that one. I ain't see that one coming. My bad.
So to AD's point, if we won 5 home games, Alabama A&M is an extra game.
Right.
We can't worry about if a game is 60 or not. Jackson State is playing. Get your hind parts to the stadium. We need 50,000 seats every home game. He just told you black and white. We want it. He giving it to us. We should have a minimum 45,000 fans to every single game.
This dude. Right. Hey, I only allow Jarrell Jones to put my whole government name on the screen. That's my
guy. Hey, kudos to Jarrell Jones. That's my guy, man. Hey, one of the coldest guards to come out now. People don't know about it.
We won a state championship together up at Holmes Community College, class of 02 up in that thing. First state championship in 50 years now. But TD, I know you got a question for AD. We got to let him get up out of here. We got to give our score prediction and we got to get rolling. I got to go pick TD up. We got to load up and go to the stadium, man. We got to get there by 11.
But before we ask that question, Ken, did you get Zoe another one of those seats that we have for the sideline? That we had.
I did, man. Talking about the one that snapped, crackled, and popped over in Southern.
They don't know about that.
Zoe hadn't sat down since that particular game. He stands up the whole game now. He don't even sit down no more. I guess I'm find another seat.
TD, thank you. Go ahead. Hey, what's crazy is I bought that seat for like $20, man, and I got it online, and they gave me 2 of them. So I gave Zoe one.
Right.
Hey, and look, when Zoe's cracked, I'm bigger than Zoe, so I gave mine to Phil Minotti. I said, bro, you can have this, dog. I ain't finna do it.
He's never more
no chance, huh?
Go ahead, TD. I'm sorry, bro. I ain't gonna jump in.
Definitely glad he didn't buy me one. My foot wouldn't have held up. We ain't gonna talk about that. But my mind constantly churning. You know, AD Robinson. On the serious tip, I have a newfound respect for you. I never really talked to you before. I stood with you on the sideline plenty of times, but I mind my business because I don't like getting people personal space.
Right.
When they do what they're doing, they want to enjoy the game and watch the game. So I try to mind my business, and we never encountered each other, you know, in other places. But we're gonna make that happen more.
Right.
I want to say I definitely have a newfound respect for you. And with that being said, I sat back and I watched the 40 for 40 thing. But after having this conversation with you, I'm definitely joining. And you know, I'm gonna catch up from the time that I hadn't joined from I hadn't done it before. Because I'm like this. Actually, really. I listen to people, but I more so watch people.
Right, right.
You can tell me anything, but I need to watch your actions. So it ain't what you say with me, it's what you do.
All right.
That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? So I sit back and I watch people and I listen to people and I watch their behavior and stuff, you know, in what I do. But I'm gonna go ahead and make this short right here. I want to give a shout out to, you know, I see your tennis coach in the gym a lot that I go to. I don't know his name and I can't speak his language.
Right.
But I know he do a good job, and man, one of my favorites is Coach Thorne, man.
Yeah,
that man has embraced us, he loves us, man, and he always have great things to say. Yeah. But my final point is, with you being AD and having the top position that you have, a lot of times people, like I said, watch you and see what you do and what people do in order to move them.
Mm-hmm.
You did something last week that I never seen before. You already know
where you're going at. Come on with
you had those players over there. We was over there. You had the photographers and everybody that was watching. And when that referee made that untimely call on that touchdown callback, you lost it. And I stood back. I said, man, he like that little. I said, he like that little dude from the Fire Heartbeat.
Right.
People had to hold you back.
This dude's silly, man. God,
That was I watched the pivot. That was a pivot moment in that game because that changed it. And what that did, that not only let myself know, which I'm just a bystander, but that showed the trainers, the coaches, the player, you know what I'm saying, Travis Jerome, which he harassed me, by the way. We'll talk about that later.
Right.
It showed everybody that if this man is willing to go to bat and possibly get kicked out of the game for us, then we need to do that for him. You did a whole lot when you made that move. So I'm glad that you didn't, get kicked out of anything, but you stood up for your team.
They close. Hey, he was this close. Hey, what the referee say? He need to get back.
I'm gonna have your job. I'm like,
that's your last one, man. I told him, I said,
that's the point guard.
I said, call the damn game and stop worrying about what we saying on the sideline. Sorry, it got crazy over there for a minute.
So I'm about done, man. I appreciate you. I have a newfound respect, and I will talk to you more because there's more I want to do, and I'm sure there's more that can be done. So again, thank you very much for what you do, and I hope this interview also puts some other people's mind at rest because some people have questions.
Yep. And some people have what I want to do. I want to make this commitment, Ken, Diesel, Zoe. Let me come on the show at least once a month. Let's get an update at least once a month so people can hear it. And I'm gonna do a better job of that. And that's my commitment to you all. Hook me up once a month. I'm on here once a month. Any updates, tough questions people want to ask. Let's get it out there because we got to bring everybody together. And I think that's going to help. So that's my commitment.
Good deal, man.
Go ahead, Zoe. No, I'll tell you what was a great segue to what I was about to do because didn't have a question. I just wanted to give a statement, man. It was me. I actually coined the phrase "the I love family."
Right.
And so, being just like all the rest of us, man, you're homegrown, born and bred in Jackson, Mississippi, and man, just actually publicly want to we've done it before, but being that you're here on the screen, man, just want to tell you thank you. Want to tell you thank you and kudos to doing a damn good, amazing job. Like I said, you are what your resume says you are. You don't have to say nothing. We say enough for you, but your resume and the work you've done says enough. And as you alluded to earlier, for all the good that you've done, all you did was guarantee yourself more work. And as you stated earlier, it's time for all of us to roll our sleeves up and get to work because the vision is plain. You came out here, you laid it out for the world to know. There are some things that we got to get better at, and there's some tangible work that needs to be done. But you, as great as you are, cannot do it alone. You're a sum of one small piece to the cog, but hey, you're the loudest cog because where you go, we follow. I say every week, this is nothing more than a good family meeting. Well, guess what? You sit at the head of the table. And so because you say that we need to do this, we all need to hear it. Jacksonians, the I Love family. It's time for all of us to roll our sleeves up, come together, and get to work. So I just want to say kudos and congrats to you for a job well done, man. But it's more work to go, more work to be done.
And I'm gonna add one thing, two things actually. When you roll your sleeve up, make sure you put a little lotion on your elbows. The second, AD golf. Where we at on the golf program?
We're close, very very close. Golf coach will start February 1st. I'll probably make an announcement here, probably in the next 30 to 60 days. But we're real close. I can tell you someone that has some great Jackson State ties that we're looking at. All the candidates that we're looking at have some great Jackson State ties, and 2 or 3 are great Jackson State graduates. So we want to keep that in the family. That's a passionate for me to bring that program back. Been talking to Coach Payton as well, but we got to get that. We got to get that program back, and that'll put us as 18 sports. So we're there. We're real close, Ken. So that announcement will come very very soon.
Hey, we don't usually do this. We're gonna give our score predictions and get off the screen. You got a score for us today? Anything? You want to put something out there?
I'm gonna say 35-7. 35-7. I think the offense is gonna have a great day today. Really great day. And the defense is gonna do their deal. Coach Quinn is definitely, we've been watching film, and you stop the quarterback and they one receiver, they're done. So I'd say 35-7.
Whew. Go ahead, TD. You had one more thing you want to jump in before we get out?
Yeah, I looked at this comment right here where this person said this, but I think you came up on the show and said the call was actually right. Was that call accurate, AD?
According to
According to I'm gonna say this right here, and
Okay.
I probably shouldn't say this right here. I can't talk about officiating. I can't talk about was the call right or wrong, but I'm gonna say that particular official was on our game for this weekend. He's not here, so.
So you already roll your sleeves up. Well done, AD.
Okay. All right. I give my score prediction. I'm thinking 42-10. I think they're going to score a touchdown, maybe two. At some point, though, with that receiver and that quarterback combination, they bound to make something happen. At least connect one or two times. But I would double him. I would double Gibson. I would double him with a safety at all times. Somebody doesn't have to beat me.
Joe?
Well, we've already turned the switch. We're shutting out everybody in the second half. But, hey, I'm going to stay with the averages because we haven't had a shutout all season. TD kind of stole my thunder, so I'm going to go up a little bit more. So I'm going to say 42-14.
I'm always giving the defense, I'm going to say 38-17, actually. I know I like to give myself a little room for error. I think Mekhi Higgins we're going to have to hit him. If we hit him, I think AD going to be spot on with his score. But I won't ever say we'll get lower than the average. Give us 38-17. I'm with it. AD, I do want to leave you with this. Mm-hmm. Hey, we'll talk offline about this. We've been talking about it. We our first event, we do have NIL Collective. We've been in this NIL game for the last 2 years strong. We're looking to host our first official event in partnership with the Vicksburg chapter over in Vicksburg with Kevin Dent. We're trying to get all the legends back together. We're having football legends January 11, 2025. And now this is going to put monies in the pot so that we can do NIL deals. I had some I did continue to do NIL deals because one of the things what we were doing just from a tax standpoint was just a lot. We weren't doing it the most efficient way. So now everything's going through our 501c3 collectively. And then I had a conversation with a coach this week. He was like, "Man, how does the NIL thing work?" Because what happened, and I just want to say this, and we're done. A particular coach came that knows a particular coach on the staff that is an FBS, coach, and we're recruiting the same player. This coach stops by to practice to visit a friend, like, "Oh, I'm going to see such and so." He's like, "Yeah, we recruiting them too." So it's like, damn. So he come up to me and say, "Hey, man, how does NIL thing work?" And I said, my goal and hope is that we get to a place where we can have enough funds and money to be able to go and recruit from the jump.
Right.
Right now, it's more of a retention thing. It's more of a, hey, stay with us. And because a lot of these kids, I got to be real with y'all. I saw a lot of former players on the yard yesterday. One of the players we saw in Daytona last week, they played last night. That team ain't doing so hot. We 6-2, they 2-6. But you have to, we got some really good players on this roster that we're looking to do whatever we can to keep in there. And we need all the community. If you got a business, if you want to, you can do NIL deals. You can partner through the open doors at the university. One last thing, real quick. One last thing. I had it on the slide. I just wanted to get your thoughts on the building because I had some questions from that. The Building Champions Fund. We can touch on this real fast. We'll let you go, and then we'll get out of here.
Building Champion Fund is definitely upgrades for all our facilities. We want to keep that funding, and it's the upkeep. A lot of people know when you build things, we don't upkeep and do what we need to do. So it takes a lot to upkeep our facilities. So those Building Champion Fund is upgrades like the scoreboard last year, making sure our fields are up to par with baseball, making sure our turf is where it needs to be, our track that we just redone, our tennis courts, baseball, all the equipment that they need to make sure to maintain the field. So I encourage everyone to give to that Building Champion Fund as well. 50,000 alums, $5 a month. That'll work very, very well. But we need to keep the upkeep of our facilities and make sure that we're maintaining them day-to-day basis to make sure they're in compliance and also to make sure they're safe for our student athletes and coaches to use.
Hey, y'all, everybody that's watching this show, text 71777. and donate $5. Donate $50. Donate more than what if you got it. I know you got it because we done seen y'all out this weekend now.
That's right.
I know y'all got sections and tables and stuff for parties and I know. But go ahead and text 71777 and donate to the Building Champions Fund. AD, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate the commitment. We'll schedule that out.
Right.
And I know somebody said in the chat once a quarter, but you said once a month. Thank you for doing that for us. This platform is going to be greatly benefited as a result of that. And we're going to continue to do the work on our end. And congratulations to you. Also, Coach T.C. Taylor, Coach Mo Williams on all of the extensions. One last thing I do have while we got you here. We want to say we want to wish Coach Ted Forgatis the best of luck as the women's soccer team go. We're going into the tournament, the 5th seed. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we got a really good team led by Miss Kendall Terrell, who I think is the best women's soccer player in the SWAC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure we show our support for those ladies, man.
That's right.
I just text mine.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Baseball tickets are on sale, everybody. Make sure you go get those baseball season tickets. Shout out to Coach Omar and his staff. We done, y'all. We appreciate it.
Right.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in. D.I. love. Everybody.
Appreciate it. All right.
Peace out.
JSU students, we know how much you love cheering us on game days.
But there's something bigger than winning the big game. Your vote.
Voting is your chance to make a difference just like we do on the field.
So this November, let's make a play for change.
Get registered, stay informed, and show up on game day, November 5th. Let's make a big time play together.
Go vote.
Be our vote.
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.
Hello, I'm Kevin Dent, Jackson State University, safety, Canton, Ohio. Today I'm being inducted to the Black College Hall of Fame. I want to give a shout out to KC 1400 Media Group for giving me this platform to introduce me to this stage. I'd like to thank them, thank Jackson State and Jackson State family. Go Tigers.
ShotRx is bringing healthcare to you. With our mobile health team, we can come to your school, church, or business to take care of you. We offer childhood immunizations, COVID and flu vaccinations, physicals, and much more. Don't put your health off. Welcome to Care and Compassion. Welcome to ShotRx.